Buckle up and get ready for some cosmic truth bombs. What you think is a serene universe. Think again. It's actually a wild west out there, filled with hidden dangers threatening galaxies and planets alike, including our home, Earth. Right now, we're under the radar of several space threats, and asteroids are leading the charge. In this video, we're going to zoom in on one particularly interesting suspect 101,950, 5 Bennu, a tiny but potent asteroid that's got everyone talking. This small solar system body packs a surprising punch. It's rich in carbon and classified as a Type C, or carbonaceous asteroid, making it a fascinating piece of the cosmic puzzle. Let's dive into the fascinating story behind this space rock. Asteroid Bennu was first spotted on September 11, 1999, during a mission to track near-Earth asteroids called LINEAR, short for Lincoln Near-Earth Asteroid Research. Back then, it was known as 1990 9RQ36, not exactly the catchiest name, right? Fast forward to 2012, when three major players, the University of Arizona, the Planetary Society, and the Linear Project, decided to host a naming contest. And guess what? A third grader from North Carolina named Michael Puzio stole the show with his winning entry, Bennu, inspired by the ancient Egyptian mythological bird that's said to be a symbol of rebirth. Talk about a cosmic comeback story. Here's the lowdown on asteroid Bennu's stats. This space rock is considered a potentially hazardous object, ranking high on the Sentinel risk table and scoring big in the Palermo technical impact risk scale, likes. Bennu zooms through our solar system at an insane 101,389 km per hour. Luckily for us, it only passes by Earth every 6 years, giving us some time to prepare if needed. Now, let's talk about its behaviors. As it absorbs sunlight, Bennu heats up and releases thermal radiation when it rotates. It's like a cosmic thermostat. Scientists have been studying Bennu using the Arecibo Observatory Planetary Radar, Goldstone Deep Space Network, and even OSIRIS-REx spacecraft, which is on a mission for NASA to collect samples from its surface and bring them back home for analysis. Get ready for some cool space facts. The OSIRIS-REx spacecraft blasted off from Cape Canaveral on September 8, 2016, and after a long journey, it reached Bennu in 2019. On June 18th of that year, the spacecraft got incredibly close, just 600 meters or 2,000 feet away, and snapped an epic pic of the asteroid's surface. But why are we studying Bennu so closely? By learning more about this asteroid, scientists can help us predict and prevent potential future threats from space. And what do we know so far about Bennu's shape and spin? It's a super unique spindle-like spheroid with a wacky rotation. Imagine spinning around in the opposite direction to your orbit. Its axis is tilted an extreme 178 degrees, making it a real head-turner among asteroids. Buckle up for some fascinating asteroid facts. Earlier, radar scans suggested Bennu's surface was super soft, but when OSIRIS-REx snapped its close-up pics, it revealed a rugged landscape covered with rocks of all sizes, from tiny pebbles to massive boulders. And get this, the surface is littered with regolith, creating an impressive ridge right along Bennu's equator. But here's the really cool part. Scientists have been tracking Bennu's movement over 14 years and found that it's not just drifting through space. It's actually being nudged by a phenomenon called the Yarkovsky effect. This slow force is pushing Bennu at an average speed of 1.5 meters per year. As for its structure, analysis shows that Bennu is surprisingly light, with an apparent density only slightly denser than water. This means its interior might be made up of loose debris, giving it a unique debris pile structure. Let's dive into the mind-blowing world of asteroid impacts. So, we've got Bennu, a half-kilometer wide space rock with a mass roughly 0.009 times that of Mount Everest. That's around 7,300 metric tons. Now, you might wonder, what are the chances of this beast colliding with our home planet? Well, scientists have been keeping an eye on Bennu since 1999 and predict it has a small, but real chance of impacting Earth sometime in the 22nd century. We're talking a whopping one in 2,700. But here's what really gets us thinking. If Bennu were to hit, the effects would be catastrophic. The impact could carve out a crater hundreds of meters deep and release an enormous amount of energy equivalent to around 1 gigaton of TNT. That's roughly 7 times more powerful than the infamous Tunguska event in Siberia. So, While the odds are low, it's essential we keep monitoring Bennu and other asteroids, ensuring our planet stays safe from potential space threats. Let's get real about asteroid impacts. You might be surprised to know that, statistically speaking, we can expect an asteroid around half a kilometer wide, like Bennu, to smash into Earth every 130,000 years or so on average. But here's the thing, it's not just about size. Other factors come into play, too. The actual likelihood of impact depends on the space rock's physical properties and its unique movement patterns caused by something called Yarkovsky acceleration. Now, let's talk numbers as of 2014. Scientists estimated that Bennu has a 0.037% chance of hitting Earth between 2175 and 2196. To put this into perspective, the Palermo scale measures this risk, with -1.71 being our current score. While this probability might seem low, it's crucial we keep monitoring asteroids like Bennu to stay ahead of potential threats to our planet. Let's put things into perspective. Imagine a scenario where Bennu does collide with our planet. The explosion would unleash an enormous amount of energy equivalent to about 1,200 megatons. That's roughly 100 times the strength of Little Boy, the atomic bomb that devastated Hiroshima. To give you a better idea, consider what happened in Hiroshima when it was hit by a blast releasing just 13 kilotons of energy. The city was completely destroyed and everything around the epicenter was pulverized. Now imagine that same destructive force amplified by a factor of nearly 100. That's what we're talking about with Bennu if it were to impact Earth. Fast forward to September 23, 2060. That's when asteroid Bennu will be making its closest approach to our planet at a scorching distance of about 460,000 miles or 750,000 kilometers away. But don't whip out your binoculars just yet, because by this time Bennu would have already faded into darkness, making it nearly impossible for even common binoculars to spot. Now, if you're thinking that's the closest Bennu will get, hold on. There's another approach scheduled for September 25th, 2135. At its nominal approach distance of approximately 190,000 miles or 300,000 kilometers away, this flyby will be even closer than the one in 60. But here's a mind-blowing fact: Bennu could actually pass as close as about 65,000 miles or 100,000 kilometers. Rest assured though, no impact is expected in 2135. It'll be just another thrilling asteroid flyby for Earth to witness. Now, let's dive into the real intrigue surrounding Bennu's future encounters with our planet. The 2135 approach will create a plethora of possible trajectories, and if Bennu passes through a super narrow gravitational keyhole during this flyby, it could set off a chain reaction that might just lead to an impact in one of its later close calls. And here's the kicker: these keyholes are only about 35 miles wide, a hair's breadth for such an enormous space rock. Fast forward to September 25th, 2175. There's a slim yet real chance, standing at 1 in 24,000, that Bennu might be on a collision course with Earth. But that's not the only potentially threatening encounter. We've got another major flyby scheduled for September 24th, 2196, where the stakes are even higher. There's a 1 in 11,000 probability of an impact. And if you're wondering about the bigger picture, there's a cumulative 1 in 2,700 chance of Bennu making landfall somewhere between 2,175 and 2,199. That's right, we've got some exciting, albeit slightly unsettling, times ahead as asteroid Bennu continues its unpredictable dance with our planet. So there you have it, Bennu's origin story. This asteroid is believed to have originated from a much larger cosmic body, possibly a planet or a massive planetoid, and its journey through space has shaped it into what we see today. That's all for today's video. Thanks for joining us on this fascinating trip to the world of asteroids. If you're still buzzing with questions or need more edutainment, hit that comment section below. We'd love to hear from you. And if you're ready to switch gears and have some fun, check out our other video just a click away, Top 10 Magic Tricks You Won't Believe. Don't miss out on more edutainment adventures. Hit that subscribe